We won't go into great detail about the 60-minute interview in this episode, we'll just touch on it. Check out this episode's first video of the day if you want to hear my thoughts and opinions. We will discuss the pricing of XRP and the amount of money that can be invested in it. We will examine past cycles and contrast them with this one. As we work through everything and figure everything out, we're going to go over a very safe and conservative number. Since that wallet is live, we will discuss ETFs. Hi there, Bitcoin. They are now calling it a flight to safety, and without further ado, we will hear from none other than Garlinghouse. Let's get started with Bitcoin, $98,356 according to a theory. It has dropped 1.43% in the last day. It's down 2.99% right now, and I'm coming in at $3,854. As XRP is still at 99 cents, the USDT and USDC are both it's not too bad at a mean lean $2.39. I'll show you a graphic of the area of interest in a single second. Our goal is to own $3.58 trillion in total cryptocurrency market capitalization. We're merely circling $3.5 trillion, the following degree of interest. From then, it rises to $4.75 trillion, and then to $4 trillion. 4.2, 4.5, all of those will be your biggest obstacles in the future. If you were unaware, you are probably aware that we had a minor incident at this time. I'll start by saying good morning. I appreciate the hit piece, 60 minutes. It is greatly appreciated by all of us. He took cryptocurrency and released this. Through the Frost Bridge update for January 2025 candle 13x, what if the 2017 cycle, which I've shown you before, we've talked about it, happens again, he asks. This bull run to the 2024 to 2025 bull cycle is identical to the 2017 to 2018 cycle. We had the charts aligned. We demonstrated to you that the movement on XRP is identical. The only difference is that there is now more money in cryptocurrency, which is a positive thing. He predicts a 150% pump for the April 2017 candle. What are the possible results of the huge growth of more than 1,300% that we achieved in May 2017? December can't be December, then. From a 4 down 30-cent XRP to 6,040 cents, Campbell's candle pushes for the golden zone to fib 1.618 up to fib 1.414. He then discusses the January candle, which showed a surge and an ultimate move of almost 1,300% upward, reaching the $13.70 level and rising to 27.30 XRP. In comparison to now, the total market capitalization of cryptocurrencies was $60 billion in May of 2017. Around October 2017, I finally got around to it, and I'll tell you now. We were hovering about the $100 billion mark, and I was afraid we might slip back under a few times. Take a look at the rise. We currently have a market capitalization of over $3.5 trillion. That's 60 by 60, so when we look at the price of XRP, as I previously demonstrated, if we adopt a very conservative stance and predict that at the end of the bull cycle, there will only be $5 trillion in total cryptocurrency entering the market, $5 trillion 3.5 is when we are seated. Extremely conservative. Only $1.5 trillion more are expected to enter the cryptocurrency market. Given that we know we're receiving an XRP ETF, I believe it will be much higher than that. Loud will have an ETF since there is a 99.9% chance that an XRP ETF will be released after January 20th, when Ginther leaves. There are also rumors that portion will be a basket that never eats. The number of ETFs will be enormous. You won't know what to do with them, but if only $5 trillion enters the cryptocurrency space, XRP will have at least 6% market cap dominance in both the 2017 and 2020 bull runs. However, in terms of market cap supremacy, we peaked in 2017 between 20 and 25. Therefore, if we adopt that cautious stance and claim, okay, XRP will only receive 5% of the dominance in crypto, which will give it about $250 billion, a little less market cap. We're currently looking at a minimum of $4.68 XRP. Several well-known TA analysts predict that XRP's next move or push would place it between $3 and $3.50. A double-digit XRP is what many of them are demanding. How do we arrive at the double-digit XRP, then? Everyone wants to know if it's a straightforward institutional requirement. We know we have clarity on XRP, and we have institutions jumping in. We move on to ETFs. Through the ETF, we have them begin pushing billions. Since we have now discussed 6%, this is how XRP's price might reach the double-digit level. Assuming 10%, our market capitalization would be $500 billion. A minimum price of about $9.36 is what we're looking at for XRP. The average was 6%. We've consistently reached 10%, which is a little higher. Additionally, we can see a 20% increase if we compare this to the exact move we witnessed in 2017, which would put XRP just short of a $1 trillion market value. We are looking at an $18 XRP. Certain cost points. All of these goals are mathematically driven and based on previous XRP moves. I realize that $1 trillion on XRP sounds absurd. But consider this, if there are 5 trillion cryptocurrencies in the market and XRP is the second largest, you would expect Bitcoin to take 2 trillion of that, while XRP could take, let's say, 1 trillion. In addition to the 2.1 trillion that must be distributed throughout the market, the other majors, and the adults, it would be little less than 1 trillion. All of this makes sense. All of this makes perfect sense because 2025 is quickly approaching. Where do I believe we're headed? Your sweet spot, in my opinion, is between 10% and 20%. Your sweet spot for XRP this cycle, in my opinion, is between $9 and $18. Now, the question that I constantly see in my direct messages is, however, when will this take place? The response has always been quite obvious. 2025, less than a month from now. In Q1, I anticipate a significant runoff. I anticipate seeing parabolic blow-off tops on your alts sometime in the summer to fall. First, Bitcoin will soar to the top. It will most likely decline in Q1. This month coming up to Q1, I anticipate a Bitcoin bull run or run, after which I anticipate money to start moving out, talking, and tumbling into another credible cryptocurrency that should release this, according to the ad. According to him, it appears like XRP has finished the first leg of a 5-way move-off. It appears to be in a subway to repair the structure before the following impulse wave starts, and it is now trading at $1.27. What does he anticipate, then? We are currently witnessing a minor correction on it. We may drop as low as 217 once the corrective area structure takes effect, but that doesn't mean we will, and I don't want to see XRP reach that level. If that occurs and his move is being executed, it must hold a $96. On the next leg up, we can anticipate a major push-up that can earn us between $350 and $455. We are aware that the corrective framework might take many different forms, he explains. He would want to see the perfect building expanded flat, as shown in the forms below. He advised me to include if we see an enlarged flat or something more bullish, such as a running flat, in which we avoid falling below the 217 lows. The market environment will dictate this. In other words, will the market as a whole experience a decline, or will it simply decline slightly before rising again? Make a backup. This chart has been blown up. As you can see, the next upward advance cannot carry us into the mid-$3 zone, where a pullback might occur before the second leg up in Q1 occurs, which might cause XRP to approach the $5 region. This will come to pass. It all depends on how this situation develops. Does the market as a whole experience a pullback and a corrective movement, or do we first retest to 17? Alternatively, do we simply relax and float before the next leg up is printed? Even if we reach 217, the two options that we are now considering are both quite optimistic. Right now, we're sitting at about 238, 217 isn't that deep. It should hold this $2.30 range, in my opinion, before XRP can follow and eventually break through 272 and get us to that mid-$3 zone. I would want to see Bitcoin make its next leg up and reach that 108 to 115 range. That's what I'm looking at. I see exciting days ahead for those of us who own cryptocurrency.